It's me. Good morning. My name is Bo. Our service leader today is Reverend Lori Whittemore. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Saco in Biddeford. We want to also welcome those joining us on YouTube and encourage you to have a candle or chalice to light when we light ours here in a few moments. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whomever you love, we are glad you're here with us today. The theme for the month of May is pluralism. We invite you to carry that theme with you as you are with us today and into your daily life when you leave here today. We strive to be a green sanctuary. It gives roots and wings to our vision of a world where all people build toward a sustainable future and make reverence, gratitude, and care for the living earth central to our lives. We want to acknowledge that our building sits on the unceded land of the Wabanaki Confederation, which includes the Abenaki, Maliseet, Micmac, Passamaquoddy, and Penobscot nations. We invite you to take home the order of service for information and announcements, or you may leave it for recycling as you leave the sanctuary. Before we start our service today, we just ask if you have a cellular phone to please silence your device or turn it off. And after the service, we'll have a social hour in the parish hall. Please join us.
Hello. Good morning again. Welcome to this place where joy and sorrow, fear and anxiety, anger and misgivings, all of those are welcome. Welcome to this place where we celebrate the uniqueness of each person and the commonality of the search for truth and for love. Welcome to this place where we remember where we come from and who we are meant to be and who we want to be now and in the future. Welcome to this place. Now stand as you're able and join me in singing hymn number 91. Now is the time in the service where we turn and greet our neighbors.
Good morning. I left my tag out there. My name is Edith. It's like Edith with an E. Very nice to meet you, Janice. Hi, I'm Jean.
Glad to meet you.
All right, good. How are you? Even though we know about art, we have to open our books.
I don't know all the word at the beginning. Once I have the
Give me birds at the dawning, birds at the dawning, birds at the dawning to sing my soul away. Give me roses at sunshine, roses at sunrise, roses at sunrise to sing my soul away. Give me breezes at midday, breezes at midday, breezes to sing my soul away. Give me candles at twilight, candles at twilight, candles at twilight to sing my soul away. Give me love in the evening, love in the evening, love in the evening to sing my soul away. Give me moon in the nighttime, moon in the nighttime, moon in the nighttime to sing my soul away. Give me birds at the dawning, birds at the dawning, birds at the dawning to sing my soul away.
Very nice. Now's the time in our service when we invite people to share what is in their hearts, whether it's a great joy, something amazing, or something that's a deep sorrow or a challenge. It's not a time for announcements or political statements. If you wish, come forward to light a candle. Tell us your name, what you'd like to share, whether a joy or sorrow with us, if you choose to do so. And as I come down here, probably don't need this reminder anymore, but just in case, we have a new mic. And our old mic, we had to point parallel, but with this one, you can really just point it wherever you want, and it's going to work fine. Okay.
Hi, my name is Nikki, and I don't know if you heard about the Aurora Borealis this week. I know that there is a perfectly logical scientific explanation. I know it has to do with solar flares, not igniting, but lighting matter in our atmosphere. But I'll tell you, when you're standing out in a cold field and you look up and the sky turns purple and pink and green, it's magic. Absolutely magic.
Morning. My name is Peggy, and I lit a candle because today not only am I celebrating Mother's Day, but it's my first grandmother's day, and I know I'm holding a newborn in my life because I'm doing this now all the time. And also, I ask for your prayers for my son and daughter as they look at regaining peace and calm and happiness in their lives.
Good morning. My name is Ann, and I'm asking for prayers for my sister. She's in hospice, and we're estranged, so it's a double loss. And I'm just praying real hard that she has a good death.
And I lit a couple of candles this morning of concern. One is for my cousin Bernard, who many of you know, has been diagnosed with cancer on his tongue. And he's just having a lot of pain right now, and we don't know everything about how things are going to move forward, but just please keep him in your prayers. And I lit a candle for a woman who I know who finds no solace in or celebration in Mother's Day, as her son died of suicide a few years ago, and for her not being able to say goodbye not having any closure, not having him in his life anymore, or him in her life anymore, has been very hard. So as much as so many of us get to celebrate Mother's Day and relish in it, there are those who do not.
I'm Donna. This is a candle of concern and hope for my sister in Florida who has many serious physical problems that I won't go into. But the other day she became delirious and could not speak in sentences or anything, and that was a great concern. This was new, and the doctor recognized right away that she had a urinary tract infection that caused the cognitive problems. She's in the hospital and she's recovering from that. So hope for her.
I'm Matt, and this is Sonia, my wife Sonia, and many of you know, I know there's been some lighting of candles and sharing amongst members here about what we've been going through with our family situation. And our oldest daughter, if you know us well, you know a lot about the history of our daughter and the emotional abuse that she's been through and never recognized as such. And we've been battling that. She's been battling that for 31 years. She's now 47, so most of her life she's been under his control. She finally has come full circle with that, is going through lots of emotion, is getting mental health support, is getting family support. Her employer and all her coworkers extremely supportive of her situation. But we have two wonderful grandsons, and they are doing well. They're back home. They are secure. Our daughter has kicked us all out of the house. I'm okay. Go home. I need peace and quiet with my boys. And she's rebuilding. This Tuesday, she's going to have a hearing. There's been a restraining order against her husband, and hopefully this all goes in her favor. But thank you all so much for your support. I know you've been thinking about us, texting us, calling us, and we feel that support and that love. Thank you so much.
My name is Janet Bilson. This is only my second time here. I was here 2 weeks ago. I am so glad that I have come to this Unitarian church. I've been in other Unitarian churches for 25 years in Providence, 11 years in Bath. I love the way your spirit is here and sharing. It's beautiful. And this week, I really need some support, ironically, because my brother, who's 16 years younger, he's only 65, in Alberta, in Calgary, had a terrible motor accident last Saturday, a week ago, and has been in the ICU in a hospital in Calgary, still is. He had 10 broken ribs, which then led to pneumonia. He's had to have a breathing tube from the beginning. He almost didn't make it, and the staff there are fantastic. They drained his lungs when the pneumonia came out with another tube. He's very uncomfortable. They paralyzed him to take care of the pain from the broken ribs, which of course caused the pneumonia. And I can't talk to him. So the woman who said about her sister that you can't speak with her, I feel that pain. I can't see him. I can't talk to him. All I can do is send messages through my sister-in-law, who's been wonderful giving me updates. He also has a broken leg and a smashed ankle, which thankfully Saturday night they were finally able to do surgery on. So it's a mess, and I'm going for a shoulder replacement in 2 weeks, so I'm in no place to travel. Hoping to go for his birthday in August, but it's very upsetting. I lost my first brother to a motorcycle accident too, and I called Donna, his wife, and said, tell Robert I'm in no mood to lose another brother. Thank you.
My name is Janine, and this is David, and we lit 2 candles today. I lit a candle for our mothers and all those out there who mother.
And also, I want to announce that my oldest grandson graduated from college yesterday, Purdue. And it seemed kind of funny when I saw his major. It's rocket scientist. So, you know, he might be in NASA before we know it, you know.
Hi, I'm Lori. I have a joy and a concern. So the concern or the sorrow first is a week ago I lost a really dear friend, and it was so sudden. She had a blood clot on Wednesday, and Sunday morning, as I was just sitting at the beginning of the service, I found out that she had passed. So if you can think of prayers for Melissa and her family. She was only 54. Which I'll tell you at 60 sounds incredibly young. Shocking. But also looking back, like how perfect that everything happened. She has 2 sons, and just 2 weeks ago, one of her sons finally got housing through the VA. He was disabled, and so her kids are finally okay. And my joy is, it was so much fun to be with other members of the church yesterday, cleaning up around the train station. I'm a little lame still, which is embarrassing, but it just was this incredible sense of community and giving back and seeing the change. And also, if anybody knows a geologist that would really like a core sample, I had to take it home. But I found a granite core that I think is so cool. So if anyone knows a geology or a geology professor that would like it, let me know.
Protecting myself. I lit 3 candles. One for my mother, Isabel Boyso, who got me through nursing school. When every weekend I'd go home and say, Mom, we're quit. And she said, get in the car. And one for my mother-in-law, Philomena Spirito, who gave me this amazing band. And the third one is Sunday, next Sunday, we leave for Italy. And 10 years ago, we were there with Myra and Charlie celebrating their 25th and our 50th, and Janine doing our vows. And it was just so beautiful. And now our children are taking us to Italy. So I love a candle for them. Thank you.
Before I light our last candle, I just want to light a candle of joy for myself. I guess now my fiance, Trevor, has just been really awesome. I think some of you know I've been going through quitting smoking this year, as well as other life changes. I'm at 0 now. I have been for a while. Also looking for different employment. So just lots of transitions this year, lots of changes. And I'm just a disaster every day. I'm so up and down since I quit. You know, I'm crabby one minute, the next minute I'm eating everything in sight. and then the next minute, I'm so grateful for everything. So, the moods are all over the place. And this guy's just, he's just taking all the punches and, and the head pats all together, rolled in one, like a pro. And so I'm just very joyous and grateful to have him in my life. Yeah. So we'll light one last candle here for all of the joys and concerns that were spoken. Please hold them closely in your heart. There we go.
Let's be in a spirit of prayer. Gracious Holy Spirit, Creator of all things, you have heard the joys and sorrows in our hearts and souls. There's so much to worry about. There's so much to give joy for. And we ask that you fill us with peace and comfort today in the company of these good people, for the shoulders that help hold up our sorrows, and the hands and arms raised in joy to celebrate with us. And in all things, make us grateful. Amen. And stand as you're able and join me in singing hymn number 126.
Our reading today is by Mary J. Harrington. We come together today in praise and thanksgiving for the gift of life itself. Someone gave birth to us, and some of us have given birth. All of us have been mothered in our time. All of us have mothered. Let our time today be one of recognition, that we arrive from so many places, joy and delight, wistfulness and longing and worry, unmet needs and unfulfilled dreams, loss and sorrow, loss and emptiness, loss and regret. All that life is made of, mothers are made of too. Today we sing the songs of so many, mothers who are single parents, foster parents, mothers who relinquished their young out of necessity, mothers who have found their heart in adoption, mothers who left their children in 1,000 ways, mothers who rejoice, and mothers who mourn. We sing the songs of the grandmother, the auntie, the classroom teacher, the Sunday school teacher, the babysitter, the neighbor with endless cookies and time. There is a kind of love we cannot live without. It is never too late, no matter our age or situation. We sing a song of gratitude for all the moments of being known, being cherished, and being found.
In a world that often seems divided, where differences lead to conflict, there is a place where unity and diversity coexist: motherhood. Every mother has a unique story, a different path to parenthood, and her own way of loving her children. Yet, in the face of challenges and joys, mothers find common ground in their shared experience of nurturing life. This month's theme is pluralism, and it feels like motherhood is the perfect lens to consider pluralism. Pluralism is the belief that multiple ways of living and believing are valid. In motherhood, pluralism means recognizing that there's no right way to be a mother, and no wrong way to be a mother. Some mothers work outside the home, others prioritize their children's needs above all else. Some mothers breastfeed, others formula feed, some mothers homeschool. Yikes. Others send their children to public or private school. The diversity of motherhood reflects the diversity of human experience. And those are just a couple examples of the specific diversity in motherhood. The textbook, sterile, easy concepts to paint, easy pictures of what diversity is. And I don't mean to go too dark, but I want to consider the greater impact of diversity in motherhood in this world today. In our circles, locally even, refugees having to leave family behind. A mother leaving several children in a refugee camp to come to the U.S. for medical care because she was dying of terminal cancer and she thought doctors in America could heal her, hoping to get cured so she could go back and get her children and bring them back, only to arrive here and being so far advanced and having no insurance, going into hospice and dying within a day, never to go back to her children, leaving her children alone in a refugee camp. Complicated motherhood. Children born to addicted mothers, NAS, neonatal abstinence syndrome, when a child is born in withdrawal. A child who screams continuously for 3 weeks after birth in agony from withdrawal. And Lord knows only about what that does to brain development, what interrupts the thinking parts of the brain, what the trajectory of their life will be. Hospital social workers working hard at that same time to get a mother on Suboxone or methadone in order to leave that hospital with a baby, a child that's hard to place otherwise because it's hard, sending it home to questionable surroundings with a person who is struggling to cope before childbirth and now has a child that has special needs. Complicated motherhood. Motherhood brought on by rape or incest when there is no longer choice in many states to end pregnancy. Unwilling mothers having to live with a crime. when offenders get to walk away from the situation without consequence. There is a whole industry in rape culture now, a whole legal industry that creates strategies to make it illegal of people who have been raped to share their stories without being civilly liable. If they say anything publicly about the crime, even if there's reasonable proof that it happened, they can actually be liable for civil restitution that leads to motherhood. Complicated motherhood. And there are examples I have witnessed or even been a part of. I think it's easy to come up with anecdotes like breastfeeding or formula feeding as differences faced in motherhood. But even in this community, we know, you know, motherhood is much more complicated than that. A mother in jail for selling drugs or her body to keep food on the table, while a mother who lived that same life bringing up her kids, not wanting to be released into an unsustainable existence because she knows she will continue that cycle and more than likely die before her kids even reach adulthood from overdose or abuse. Complicated motherhood. And we all feel the pressure to adhere to social norms, even the rebels amongst us. Mothers, I think, feel more pressure keenly to adhere to societal expectations or feel judged for their choices. We mothers want the best for our children. I believe all mothers want that, truly. And when we come from what are clearly dysfunctional families, there is pain knowing that we cannot give our children an example or a trajectory of hope. I'll leave it to Beaver motherhood. Although that reference is greatly outdated, and I apologize for not being able to draw on a more modern one, but I think we get that. These are real-life anecdotes for me in my experience as a chaplain, in different contexts right here in Portland, and in my life personally. And we talk about racism, classism, sexism, often abstractly. My father grew up in Eastport, Maine, in an intact family, clustered in a neighborhood of family members where he could always go wherever he wanted and be taken care of. He shared meals with his family. He shared meals with his cousins. A leave it to Beaver kind of life. Not exactly. All have their challenges, and his family had challenges and skeletons. But my mother grew up in St. Francis, which is beyond Fort Kent, just before the pavement ends. One of 15 children, 12 who survived, in a 2-bedroom house with no electricity or running water. When another came along, an older one had to go out to work in the woods or indentured into a family as a nanny or a housekeeper. And I remember my dad saying often, in fact, I think he still says it, "Boy, I wish things were like they used to be in the 50s. It was so simple." And my mother saying, "For who?" That is the answer in this message. For who? Who has an easy motherhood? I believe we stay in our demographic, our own position in life more and more and more now, and we don't see the realities of the difference in society. But church is one of the places where we can, because this is where we all come together from our different locations, from our different situations, and we're there for each other. We can be present in ways that are transformational to all involved. Indeed, I've seen that here. The sharing of great joys and deep sorrows like we had today, the support for the families in different situations that somehow don't fit into whatever means normal, that has the markings of complicated motherhood. And these stories exist in tales of old and tales of new. Biblically speaking, motherhood was so messy. I mean, Eve, Cain and Abel, one brother killing another, plural marriages where a man had to impregnate his wife's servant to bear a child, or a woman who prayed so long and hard, she got a child at 99, oh my God. Children of rape, of incest, children sent to a river and sent down a river to be safe from murder. These examples are too numerous to fully share here, but there are modern tales just like them. The Handmaid's Tale, The Hunger Games are just a couple that I can pull on. I know you can probably pull on more. I'm sorry for walking in the dark woods here for a bit. In both real-life example and in holding up mothers of literature, When comparison of ideal motherhoods creeps in, we lose sight and don't appreciate the unique gifts that every mother brings to a challenging role. There is no easy role of motherhood. There isn't one. The chutzpah and real character that lives in all mothers. The challenge for us is to recognize that diversity enriches motherhood, enriches our kids. It doesn't diminish it. For all of these hard examples, there is love somewhere underlying decisions and circumstances, sacrifice to create a better life of possibility. The vision or trajectory of love and hope that gives energy and moves mothers forward. And then there are the mothers of choice, regardless of obstacles. Same-sex couples who have had to move mountains to become parents, either by artificial means or through adoption. I have at least a half dozen same-sex couples in my lives who have adopted special needs children because they know they've done their hard work and they can continue to do their hard work for kids who are going to need more. And whether it's two moms or two dads, they mother and nurture children in a way that all children should be loved and cared for. Not perfectly. There are no perfect mothers. There are no perfect parents. But they love through it all. And there are parents that, despite their best efforts and thousands of dollars, have not successfully become parents until the implantation of a fertilized egg or another mother and father. That is complicated motherhood. I am, in fact, a grandmother of 3 to 4 of those children in 2 different countries, a grandmother of grandchildren I will unlikely ever meet. I may see a couple of pictures. They're wicked cute, but it's complicated grandmotherhood. And for those who say it is simple and easy, I say that's a pile of dirt you've got your head stuck in. None of it is the same. All of it is challenging. For mothers and for society, the way forward is to think of it through a lens of pluralism. If we think of motherhood as a metaphor, drawing on these stories of old and new, drawing on examples of mothers in nature and Mother Nature herself, we are given a million lenses for what it means to be human. It gives us principles, just as our tradition does for supporting motherhood with a capital M. And in the end, pluralism in motherhood reflects the motherhood of all. The divine motherhood is a model of unconditional love, acceptance, nurturing of all people, regardless of their beliefs or lifestyles. Embracing pluralism in motherhood is a way to live into this divine ideal, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every person, of every mother, of every child. As a liberal religious community, it is our first and our last obligation to welcome, support, and protect mothers and choices and children. And what does that mean? Open-mindedness, approaching motherhood with an open mind, recognizing that there are many valid ways to be a mother, not to judge, shame, or dismiss people who are doing it, just trying to get it all right. It's supporting them and loving them. Empathy, trying to understand the challenges and joys of motherhood from different perspectives. All of the examples I have shared and the 6 billion other examples that exist in this world today require empathy and extension of our principles. Support, offering compassion and support to mothers, recognizing they're doing the best that they can do with the resources they have. As we contemplate ways that we can impact our communities, let this day be a reminder that we can do more for mothers in these walls and outside of them. Wyon, for instance, works hard to support families, to support mothers, welcoming immigrants, our new neighbors. We have people in this church who work on that. How can we better support them and the families that they're serving? Those are the questions we should be asking. Community, build communities that celebrate the diversity of motherhood, where mothers can learn and support each other, where it is better by offering space for mothers to get together and support each other. It's better for us, it's better for them. Our religious exploration should reflect this and should encourage exploration by adults as well, considering in faithful, principled ways pluralism in our communities, religious and otherwise. Prepared to answer offers a guide for navigating pluralism with children. That's a UU resource, and developing tools and attitudes on how to navigate kids who weren't like our kids years ago. Motherhood and pluralism intersect in various ways, and how we understand the concept of motherhood itself is a diverse experience based on our experience of our parents. Pluralism promotes openness, respect, and dialogue across differences, which can enrich our understanding of motherhood and the world in general. May we be open to the many ways of being a mother. May we find strength in our shared humanity. May we know the interconnectedness of all mothers. And may we live with compassion and understanding. I believe that even if it looks messy, even if it looks wrong, we are all trying to do the best that we can do. Motherhood is complicated, but it is also one of the most hopeful things in the world. Motherhood is hopeful, and there is always love. So let's unite in that love. Amen. Now is the time in the service where we collect our offering. We join together in these walls and outside of these walls to support the community. We do so through our offerings. If you're joining us on YouTube, you can press a donate button, or you can send a check to UUCSB 60 School Street in Saco, Maine, 04072. This morning's offering will now be collected. Please remain standing as we say the words for extinguishing our chalice. As we release this flame from its faithful service today, we allow the spark in each of us to burn on, to warm our compassion, to fire our delight, to light our paths, today, tomorrow, and always. And remain standing and sing with me hymn number 92. If here you have found freedom, take it with you into the world. If here you have found comfort, go and share it with others. If you have dreamed dreams, help another that they may come true. If you have known love, give some back to a bruised and hurting world, and do so in peace.
Peace be with you till we meet again in the light. Oh, go in beauty. Peace be with you till we meet again in the light. Oh, go in beauty. Peace be with you till we meet again in the light. Oh, go in beauty. Peace be with you till we meet again in the light.
Our service is now concluded. Please join us for coffee in the other room, and let me just say a happy Mother's Day to those who have mothered and those who have been mothered. Go in peace and joy.